Hey Arvind. Hey everyone.
Hey Raja,
Hey Raja.
welcome. Thanks for joining. Hey Raja Manikam, thanks for joining.
Hey, hi. Thank you.
Thanks for joining.
Okay, I think let's start, Arun.
Yep.
Okay. 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 Hey everyone, thank you for joining us today for this exciting webinar on Databricks. We are really glad you are here. Let me introduce our speaker, Aravind. Aravind is a visionary engineering leader and architect at heart with over 2 decades of exceptional expertise in data, cloud, and AI. Throughout his career, Aravind has been at the forefront of driving innovation and transformation at renowned global enterprises, including General Electric, Verizon, Wipro, HCL, and other, with a proven track record of scaling data engineering divisions from the ground up. Aravind has successfully built 125 plus team in high growth startups, delivering cutting edge solutions and architecting enterprise grade systems. With that, if anyone has any questions during the webinar, feel free to post it in the chat. And Aravind will be giving a few seconds interval during the presentation to answer your questions. If not, you will be given an opportunity to ask questions at the end of the webinar so that you can do that at the end of the presentation too. With that, over to you, Aravind, to start the presentation.
Yeah. Thanks, Pradeep. Thanks for the brief introduction, and thanks for the welcoming speech and coordinating this effort. Without you, it would not be a conglomerative entity with all the folks over here. Thank you. So, our topic for the day, our brief presentation and brief enlightening aspect is on Databricks. How do we monetize our data asset or your data asset that's there in your company with Databricks as a solution, along with data and AI. So that's going to be our part of this webinar to enlighten and to enrich both you as well as me on the learning front. We both learn together and pave way together in the long journey that's coming forward. So in order for this structure of the webinar, how would I have structured is that how Databricks can monetize your asset. What does Databricks as a data fabric platform would provide you, or as a data mesh platform would provide you, would be the first part of the entity. And second thing, it would be that how does Casadara fit over here as a Databricks entity? And we have solved a couple of use cases on top of it with our premium customers, and what was as a flagship projects as a feather on the cap in our professional enterprise journey. That I would like to discuss. And end of the day, I would also discuss as a service offer, what does Coursera provide to our customers. That would be the four type of segments I would delineate and target it in this half an hour webinar. Then we will go into our question and answers, where I would be able to answer if any queries that you would have. Going further, we all know, we all here have a unique Aadhaar number, right? So what does your Aadhaar signify? It's a 12-digit random number. You would all have an Aadhaar number, right? It's a 12-digit random number. And if you see here, there is a peculiar and an engineering and an intelligence to it. So if you see the first 10 digits, it's a random number. So it's designed on the algorithm of Blum Shub, random number generator. The first 10 digits. No Aadhaar will have a sequence of a digit or a fancy digit as you can get it by means of paying also. It's purely random. The 12th digit, if you see, it's a Verhoff digit. It's a checksum digit. So what does it signify is that if anyone can say that first 10 digits of an Aadhaar, I can say your 12th digit, not me, come say anyone. So if you just go to the link over here at the bottom, uh, for a Verhoff checksum digit, you enter your first 10 digits of your Aadhaar, it will say your 12th digit. Meaning you can, or anyone who is developing a client can instantly check the validity of an Aadhaar, whether if someone is trying to intentionally tamper the system. So in the client side itself, you can do a basic validation check. What I'm saying here is a tip of iceberg. So Aadhaar is the world's largest biometric database with 1.2 billion that has been crossed. And each packet has another number and it has an intelligence to it. So what does it say? Data has intelligence. Data speaks for itself, right? So that's the level of intrinsic detail right now data has, or in other words, data is the new oil. It has, if it mined correctly, it can produce you a lot of billions of data. So what does that has significance to Databricks? Aadhaar internally uses Spark as the computational engine. The founders of Spark started their own company called Databricks. And eventually they wanted to commercialize their transformation engine. And they founded this company, and it's really a profit-making company in the recent space. It has really turned out to be a competitor to multiple data processing entity and data fabric entity in the data engineering as well as in the AI space. So this company, we are Kasadara promotes it, and as a as a as a data engineering and a data fabric engine, we use Databricks to solve and monetize data assets for our customers. Going further, the next set of the agenda is I have picked up a specific BFSI use case, and I'm just going to discuss how Databricks solves the problem in the whole BFSI workspace problem-oriented entity. When I say BFSI space-based workspace or BFSI entity, it's banking and finance-based entities, any lending or a investment bank or a private bank or a retail bank. And also the purview of insurance also falls in this BFSI space. So how does Databricks solves this problem? We create, or Databricks creates a one-stop source of truth for the entire financial institution group or the company that is going to adopt Databricks. And that platform would be called as the Lakehouse platform. It will be the central core of the platform, which aggregates data from multiple sources. It can be a credit risk data, it can be an investment backing data, or a market data, or derivatives, or assets, or contracts, or transactions, or payments, or it can be anything. So Databricks will serve as a one-stop shop, single source of truth for the entire sets of data for an enterprise-grade segment BFSI clients. And moment the data comes in inside the Delta Lake or the Lakehouse platform, what we call, you can build AI and data transformation technique and interactive dashboards on top of it so that the C-level executives can take business decisions and intelligent, inquisitive decisions on top of the data that has been aggregated. So Databricks serves as one point of source of truth, as well as it can provide AI-based solutions on top of it. Databricks cannot exist on its own, or it cannot run its own. It will rely on the primary cloud service providers to run its compute engine. So in case if you are deploying Databricks, underlyingly, it will run on top of AWS or Azure or cloud for that matter. Going further, let me talk about the Databricks Lakehouse platform. So what I in the previous slide I said was Databricks as an entity that will solve the problem inside a BFSI. But what is actually a Databricks Lakehouse platform? It is an one single source of enterprise grade platform that composes of data governance, data storage, called by the name Delta Lake, what you see here, data governance, managing from your protecting your PIA information and segregating your data as a data vault or a RDBMS angled fourth normal form, or streaming your data from your source system with that of a CDC, change data capture, or doing data transformation and data quality checks on that angle. All these put together under one umbrella called by the name Databricks Lakehouse platform. So it comes as a one single stop platform. The moment you deploy it, you get all this with a UI, with a beautiful UI, where you can manage your data and you can operate on any of the three clouds, the Azure, the AWS, or the GCP. So that's the long story short of what Databricks Lakehouse platform is. As an additive, it also provides capability to build ML and AI-based features on top of it. So Databricks acquired another company, Mosaic AI, which provides AI-based solutions, and it's now integrated, tightly coupled inside this Lakehouse platform. And AI solutions are built inside the Lakehouse platform itself. So that's the big picture put together. What is the problem, and how does Databricks solve the problem by encompassing itself inside an enterprise grade uh, walkthrough of their on-prem services. So that's a global picture. I'll take a 30 seconds pause here to take up any questions if in case it's coming up. Okay. Thank you. I don't think there are any questions. Let me move further. So what is Casadara as an entity? How does we fit in inside this Databricks paradigm? So we structure ourselves as three level of customer centric on this aspect. One thing is we offer Databricks itself as an infrastructure entity. When Casadara is involved, or when you take us in as a partner to deploy Databricks, we ensure that we build a Databricks based services with the Unity catalog and with your data protected inside a private subnet. On a click of a button, we have accelerators built, readily available, which when deployed with a one-click deployment with the Terraform, you get the Databricks environment on the spot. So that's our flagship entity of an accelerator. And the moment your deployment is all in, we do data transformation and data cleansing and data auditing and data lineage activity to move your data from your on-prem or from any of the sources inside the Databricks, and do data transformations to make your data cleansed and production ready suite for your downstream systems. So we do data transformation techniques to project and to protect and to make your data readily available for your dashboarding or for your analytics or for your AI and machine learning synthesis. The third part is that doing AI and machine learning on top of the data that has already been transformed. So that's we use Mosaic AI and ML Flow to protect and to predict data, whichever we wanted to predict based upon the input use cases. We use AI and machine learning. So these are the core three pillars that we use Databricks for any of the customers ask on their enterprise deployment. That's what this is what the global Casadara uh, Databricks customer-based centric platform that we targeted, and we deploy Databricks to the target customers. Yeah, who we are? We are Casadara's data and AI practice horizontal, and we come from the division of data and AI practice that's been spawned inside Casadara. And Casadara has been an well-versed entity in the world of CRM and Salesforce and other enterprise-based solutions. But our vertical is primarily focused on Casadara's data and AI pipeline. So this is headed by Praveen, and we are more of an architects and ontologists and data auditors who serve uh, data practice and put in AI bots in production to serve our customers much better. So our vision of this entity or our vertical is that to make our end clients or end customers to make analytical judgments by taking in data as an asset on top of the cloud on any of these three clouds, AWS, Google, GCPs, and Azure, and make much more realistic and profit-oriented business decisions for all our C-suite leadership team, so that they can make very good business judgments and protect their ROI. That's our whole vision uh, of uh, of this data-centric group. Or the long story short, we use data assets, making dark data come into as a big data, and from big data, making it as an allied and a smart data to ensure that business capabilities are met and the ROI is achieved. So that's our whole fundamental vision of our group. Having said that, we have set the vision and what is Databricks capability and how does it fit in the big picture? Yes. But what have we done? As an use case, what have we done? We, as you see in the in the architecture diagram, we deployed a Databricks entity for a large data migration project for one of our US customers, where we move the data from the on-prem Databricks, towards the Databricks, and we did a lot of transformation because it was around 40 cubes of data has to be migrated uh, uh, towards the target Databricks, and the 40 cubes of data-centric data transformations needed to be migrated onto Spark as the compute engine, and we did this and created a beautiful data warehouse, and eventually that was all done in data vault design pattern. So that was a heavy lift entity of data migration and data modernization, uh, migrating from a legacy-based cubes to that of a modernized Delta Lake. On all these data pipeline were automated through CI/CD and one-click deployment, and every check-in is a build, right? So the moment you commit a code, the whole pipeline runs and it tests for itself through TDD and BDD, and eventually gets deployed on the master and worker, and the results are being validated. So that's the complete end of suite in terms of an analytical reporting engine that's been made. Going further, we also implement an end-to-end Databricks solution, and on the same entity, we also implemented an intelligent AI bot for underwriters. So this was for an insurance company where the underwriters have to be manually writing the claims form of the insurance through manually, and it was not digitized. So what we did was taking the claims document, you upload it, and there was an OCR. The OCR is done by Azure Document Intelligence, converting that PDF into digitized text. And from the digitized text, we extracted the key elements and the key features of whatever the documents it's supposed to have, and fed it to the right outreach. When you say outreach, it's to an REST API, or which will eventually feed a target system, which is UI based, user interface based. So the complete set of automation of claims processing, which was used by underwriters, insurance agent underwriters, which was manually they were writing, has been automated through our AI-based bot solution, and which was done on top of Mosaic AI in Databricks. So this was one of our flagship project because the complete end-to-end pipeline was done within a short span of 6 months. So with an accurate accuracy, and it was one of our we a feather on the cap for us. I'll take a pause here to stop to take up any questions for a 15-second pause here to take up any questions. Yeah.
There is a question from Selvaraj. He's asking how the data security is managed.
Gotcha. So data security is managed through multiple dimensions. I would say a couple of dimensions which would give you an insight. First thing is we protect the data at the private sublink or subnet level itself. So you deploy it in a private subnet. That's one level of security that you do. Second thing is once you come inside your data catalog is nothing but your schema level entity inside Databricks that is called by the name catalog. So inside the data catalog, you encrypt the data and store it in. That's the second level of security. Third thing is you protect your PII information through a FerNet security also, where you convert into a SHA or a MD5 algorithm to protect, so that your data is masked and it's not visible to the whole world. So these are the three levels of security one can provide. The third level of security is on the schema itself. So you can provide data vault pattern, protecting your hub. When you take a data vault, your schema is divided into hub, link, and satellite. So you can keep your sensitive information of your information on a satellite, and that you can move it to a separate catalog where it's not available or visible on a rollback RBAC based control for your common entities or your lower level RBAC entity groups. That will be applicable or can only be viewed at a higher level groups. So by keeping a data vault pattern, that's the fourth level, but that will help you in the design model itself. So when you are designing your model, you should have followed a data vault pattern to achieve that. So these are the four levels of security that Databricks provides, and it all comes as an inherent factor when we deploy our accelerator. So that's all inbuilt within our accelerator, except your data schema and stuff, which we need to homegrown the SQLs and do your DDL statements and stuff. So hope I answer your question, or if there is anything follow-up question, I'll be happy to take over also.
I think we can continue.
Okay. So we just to recap, we saw at what does Databricks provides as an entity, and how does Casadara embrace that entity. And third is how did we use Databricks to solve one of our couple of customers that which had a problem. The fourth point is our flagship stealth mode program, inspired from our old school books of war rooms. So we provide stealth mode service offer on Databricks AI, Golang, and PySpark developers on a very stealth mode, very aggressive a secret sauce program. So the moment you engage us, we come in with a group of people and we heavy lift and deploy within 48 to 72 hours. That's our one of the selling factors, where we show real aggressive attitude in gaining confidence with the client, because you can take a new client or a new entity can take a trustful decision within that 72 hours, within 3 days or a couple of days. So every horse counts in the stealth mode program, and then you could run as by the stealth mode itself, or you can run it in a normal mode. So that's one of our core offering. So this offer has, I mean, the last couple of use cases, what you saw was done in this mode, and it really proved valuable for both of the clients because it enriches the morale and it increases the delivery speed by at least 2.5x. That's what they got. We got the feedback, and we got real good appreciations, and when running the program in such a fast, aggressive mode, right? So we are nothing but specialized data boutique folks, specifically targeted in consulting mode on specific technologies, Databricks AI, Golang, and Spark, and Terraform. So that's our long story short. Coming to the end, if you have any partnership, you have us. Please reach out to us for all data, AI, and the RAD-based. RAD stands for the Rapid Action Development Force. That's our stealth mode program. And if you have any requirements and needs, we'll be happy to help in and happy to pitch it. With this, I'll stop and I'll take up any questions if there are needed. If there is any, yeah.
I have a
If you
question,
have any,
Aravind.
yeah,
Please go on.
So, what is your strategic approach to resolving complex data challenges tailored to customer needs?
Okay, so first we would go on. I mean, when you say complex, it's dependent on individual clients and their individual preferences and their individual strategy. So first we would assess. First we will do a complete assessment of what's their need and what's the real pain point and the problem statement that they are facing. Then we would come and strategize ourselves by designing the system which would suit their particular needs. Of course, any ISC or the infrastructure is going to remain the same, but the sizing of the cluster and the cost associated for the particular end customer is the one that would be in limelight. So we would size in the infrastructure based on the need and the client's costing factor and deploy it. And eventually, by stealth mode program, we would use in our data transformation techniques and stuff to immediately show the dashboards or an AI prediction, which will give an immediate ROI. The ROI has been our only forefront when deploying any data platform, and that's our bread and butter, and that's how we embrace our clients to their next level.
Yeah. And also, like, one more quick question, like, how do you navigate the intricacies of AI problem solving to deliver optimal solutions?
Gotcha. So for AI, we take a bare metal vanilla model from the Mosaic AI, enrich it with customer data through a RAG and then agentic workflow based entity solution, and then give it as an outreach to our end REST endpoints or to any UI that's basically consuming this bot. So hallucination and biasing check and prompt engineering are the couple of things that inherently form inside the AI solution. And we, as a prompt engineers, we would tune in and train the model in a perfect way. So that would be the end-to-end aspect of it.
Thank you, Aravind.
It's almost time. Anybody have any question? Okay, I think we are good. So thank you everyone for joining this exciting webinar today. We will be sharing the presentation in this webinar recording with you all afterwards. So yeah, thank you. Have a good one.
Thank you. Thanks all for joining.
Yep. Thanks all.